How's it feel to be hosting a regional here?
Boy, it feels great, and especially the way we got there. It couldn't feel any better.
All right. Dallas Baptist. I was saying to the players, you see that on paper and you go, oh, this is a walkthrough, but they got this far, they can play.
Yeah, they sure can, and hey, they're known throughout the college baseball world. Everyone knows that they're the giant killers. I mean, they're the team that's not in the league, that's it isn't a household name, but everyone who's played them, and we know them, that they're on our schedule. They'd be someone that we'd be really worried about, and they've played up to it. When going through a regional with Oklahoma, Texas Christian, and Oral Roberts, you don't walk through that regional. We know that one was as tough as anyone that was out there.
What's the advantage, or is there one at this point in the season, of hosting?
Well, I think being in front of your home fans, we were staring in the face, even though it would have been an alternate site had we been somewhere in Dallas, but we would have been playing in front of 2,500, 3,000 fans that would be rooting for them. So if there's a little energy that we can get from a home crowd, we're hoping that it's going to come our way for sure.
What's it mean to this team after everything you've been through in the offseason? Getting rid of the team,
yeah,
to be this far. It's a real statement for this club.
It really is, and not just for these players individually who were kind of staring in the face, having to go to another school in a year, and really kind of pledging their allegiance to this school by sticking around at the break. We lost 3 players at the break, and people say, well, Coach, 3 players decided to leave at the semester. And my response has always been the same. Yeah, only 3 players left when everyone had a chance to. 35 players committed themselves and pledged themselves to this school and this program to kind of see this thing through and see what could happen with the with the support that was coming from on the outside. And it all paid off, because $10 million later and a lot of support. And I think as important it is to our players, just to the people who pledged their support to the program. There's $10 million that came out there, and I think to legitimize their support with some success has been, I'm sure it's huge for them too.
What's the relationship between the resiliency of trying to save the program all season and this ability to be resilient late in games and come
Well, you're right. We've done that all year from the first game of the season, and we just kind of felt that was the statement that we were making from inside the program and outside, is that we're not going to go away. We're not just going to lay down and, don't give us up for dead, even if we're down to the very last inning. And we kind of felt that way as a program. We were dropped once in the fall, and then they brought 3 back and not us. And we just felt, and it just, from all the alumni and the people said, don't give up yet, because we're not done. And when it came, at the very end, when it came out that they were able to get us back in the athletic department.
Potentially 6 Pac-10 teams to get to Omaha.
Yeah.
I mean, it says a lot about this conference.
Yeah, yes, we know that it's as good a baseball as there is out there, but there's a lot of good places. When you talk about the SEC, ACC, and the Big 12, but we feel year in and year out, we've proved it on the field. I think there's more national championships that have come from the Pac-10 than anywhere else. So we know we play in the league that produces the champions, and so we take a lot of pride in that. So we know that we're deserving of 6, 7 teams every year. We don't always get that, but we know that we're deserving of that.
What about a Cal-Stanford World Series final?
Well, that would be a lot of fun. That would be a lot of. Now, I don't know. The good Lord can direct a lot of fairy tale stories, but I don't know if he's got that one in mind. But if he did, boy, that would be just a dream come true.
The Stanford coach yesterday paid you a compliment, said he tips his hat towards you and your program for going through what you've been through. Do you still feel you have something to prove? Well,
I think we're going to carry that with us no matter what through the whole season. But I do know when we were in that regional, the thing that was most rewarding, I think, right around the second game, we really found our team again. We've been fighting ourselves a little bit towards the end of the season to kind of find a rhythm, and when we were in game 2 and playing against Alcorn State, I really felt that our team kind of found itself and said, hey, listen, we've got nothing else to play for but each other, and if this is going to be the last game, we've got to just lay it on the line and relax and just be who we are, and we found that rhythm, and we got against Rice, and I felt like we were the more relaxed team towards the end, and it's tough to be the host. It's tough to play at home and play on the edge of being eliminated, and I felt like we were able to take advantage of that. We kept the game close through 8 innings, and I felt like we played more relaxed at the end, which I think is kind of natural. You can do that when you're not playing in front of your home crowd on the verge of losing the tournament. And then we just kind of kept hanging in there. I can't explain the 9th inning against Baylor. I mean, that one there was no special strategy. There was no strategy into getting yourself behind by 3 runs and giving yourself 3 outs to catch up. But 4 runs in the bottom of the 9th. I mean, unbelievable. And the emotions, and just, I was pacing up and down the dugout, and I could just feel our dugout, our guys in the bench, just urging on and keeping everybody positive and not letting them give up. And they just focused on one thing. And it wasn't about, hey, let's get a couple guys on and pop a homer. It was, let's just keep getting one guy up as often as we can. Just keep getting the next guy up. Get hit by a pitch, stand in front of it if you had to, get a walk, get a single. But it wasn't about looking for one hero. It was just say, hey, let's keep getting one guy up as often as we can, and let's give ourselves that chance. And they kept doing that. And then Devin came up with just the hit of a lifetime.
And that could carry over maybe into this next season.
Well, you know what? I think our message to them is we've learned how to relax and play in the most tense of situations. We don't have to learn how to do that. This team doesn't have to try any harder. And as a matter of fact, I think we get in our own way when we try harder. We really made a focus as a coaching staff. Like, listen, we play well when we're loose, carefree. Not careless, and not careful, but carefree. And that's what we try to tell our guys. Let's be as loose as we can, and still be able to pay attention to the details. And let's see how far that takes us.